I've never said this before. I've never advocated for this before. I'm gonna let Quentin and How To Man have it after this.
This is crazy.
I have never ever said this that I'm about to say right now, and I didn't think that I would ever come to this point. It's time to get y'all passports.
Anton Daniels officially says, men, you should get your passports. You've heard it here first. Anton was one of the main individuals, a staunch advocate for men staying in the United States and tolerating the relationships that they were getting, well, the quality of relationships in which you were getting. Now, he said, men, I thought I'd never say this, but you should get your passports. We're going to do a reaction to this video as well as some of the commentary that he and some of his team had to say about the passport bro movement in the past. And why is Anton as well as others changing their mind about the movement right now? But before we get started, my name is Andre and you are watching Travel Unraveled Love Crossing Borders Edition. Make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell, make sure you click that like button because we like you, we really do, so make sure that you like us too. Not to hold you up, let's get started with the video.
Crazy.
I have never ever said this that I'm about to say right now, and I didn't think that I would ever come to this point. It's time to get y'all passports.
But before we go any further into that statement, let's go back to how he and his panel felt at the beginning of this year when it came to the passport bro movement.
Oh, Keon, what do you think about that? You're new. I don't know your intake about passport bros.
I understand it, but I don't agree with it. I feel like if you can't deal with the women in your own country, but then you go to another country to I guess to try to save them or whatever, I think that's crazy to me.
If you can't deal with the women in your own country, why would you go to another country and enslave them? Don't let that slide by you, because a lot of men in the United States have been coerced by the women in the United States to think that we go to these other countries to entrap, to mislead, and even enslave. And black people should never use that word lightly. I don't understand why black people love to use the word enslavement so whimsically when we understand the destructive nature of slavery.
I get a woman going and knows 50 words, right? And they bring her back over here and she gets...
That's another misinformation. They believe that we only go after women that only know 50 words of English. My wife, as many of you know, is fluent in English. Many of your wives are fluent in many languages. And the irony of it is most other countries teach at least 2 to 3 languages in school, such as the Philippines, such as Thailand. So English is not as far-fetched as these people think. And the last statement that he made is he believes that we're going to be bringing our women back to the United States and they're going to change over and become Americanized anyway. Brothers, don't do it.
I feel like she's going to act just like most of the women in America. So I feel like I just don't see a point. I mean, I understand passport bros, but I don't fully agree with it, personally. You know, I feel like you should be able to deal with the women in your own country here in America, in my opinion.
Do you also think that guys should marry women of the same race?
No, I think... not at all. I wouldn't pull a color when it comes to marriage. I just think if they both equally yoked, you know, and they both align together, then I think go for it. But I don't think they should do it based on race, no.
So a man could have selection when it comes to race, but he's mocked for having selection when it comes to countries. I want you guys to think about that.
Miss Sanchez gonna hit you. You better watch out.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm curious as to what Coco...
This goofy. This conversation, this passport bro conversation is goofy. So let me light this bitch up. That man said they going over there looking for wives. Stop. They're not going over there looking for wives. They're going over there looking for a quick nut. That's cheap. All the countries they name, Colombia,
nigga, you gotta get on the plane first.
And Thailand, and
including Europe, including other parts of Southeast Asia, including other areas such as Brazil, such as Argentina, such as Ecuador. Paraguay, Uruguay, also other countries in Central America. Passport bros are also in Romania, as well as before it was destroyed, Ukraine. So to sit back and make the assumption that passport bros are only going to Thailand, Colombia, Brazil, or the DR, that's not true. Secondly, to make the mistake of assuming that a black man with a passport is automatically a passport bro, that's not true. Some are just black men with a passport on vacation. And whatever they do on vacation, that's what they do in countries. But to assume that every time a black man gets a passport, he's out there looking for the ladies, that's not necessarily true. As I always say, passport bros are not men that are just looking for wives. Passport bros are men that are looking for new lives.
What do they have in common? Them three places.
They wanted something exotic.
Pussy is legal.
But y'all
It's
don't
legal.
think
So now what hold up, let me finish, Mr. Taylor. You know what I'm saying? Look, what they do is they go ahead and take they $100 over there and they transfer their $100 to
Last name.
100,000 pesos and they get over there and trick. They ain't coming looking for no wives.
Okay, I guess I'm not looking for a wife, solo traveler, or D's not looking for a wife, or girlfriend or study girlfriend. You got guys like Richie Mack that's zooming to Thailand that's been in a stable relationship since he's been over there. You've got several men that are in solidified relationships here in Colombia and beyond. But at the same time, people who don't have passports in the United States or don't travel much with their passport in the United States have a lot to say about the passport bro movement. Now realize this commentary was at the beginning of the year. Now Anton Daniels has changed his mind in regards to men getting their passports. And let's hear the reaction of the ladies on his panel.
Oh my God.
Passport
bro, because
listen, look at him.
don't want to agree with it.
Look at him.
Erasure of slavery.
Listen, fam. Listen, y'all. Look, I've never been the type of dude that advocate for because I didn't understand it, and so listen. I apologize to every last one of these dudes
Right?
that I've ever said that you don't necessarily need a passport.
Don't get them.
I apologize to y'all.
It better. It doesn't.
Please
go. Get it. Your passport.
You see how Anton is looking at his own panel? These are your sisters. These are your sisters that were there for you, sitting next to you in church, in synagogues and mosques. These are the same sisters that were with you in grocery stores. But since you decided to take the audacity or have the audacity to take advantage of choice, they mock and laugh at you, just like the brothers in the church video. They mock and laugh at you. Most of these women on this panel have never used a passport. And if they have, they probably used it maybe once or twice in their life. I already mentioned to you guys, statistically, over 50% of passports are used by U.S. citizens to travel only to Canada, Mexico, and maybe some of the Caribbean islands. Only 34% of U.S. citizens, including military, have passports. U.S. citizens who are of African descent make up less than 5% of all passport holders. This is the reason why I say if you are a true traveler, an expat, a passport bro, a blue book gentleman, don't waste your time waiting for the okay of people in the United States, because most of them don't travel and most of them don't even have a passport to travel.
Get these women from other countries who's going to exploit you more. Please.
You're going to get these women from other countries that are going to exploit you more. The key word is more, because you're already being exploited by women in the United States. $500 dinners. You can't take me on a coffee date. It's got to be $400 or $500. You've got to be making $100,000 a year, 6 feet, 6-pack, and your penis must be longer than 6 inches. You are going to be exploited. But If you go to another country, if you leave the sisters there, if you leave the modern women there, you're going to be exploited more. I don't think men can get any more exploited than they are as in the United States.
It's go there. Who's going to exploit you more than the women over here? But because they're submissive, you're willing to take that. Go ahead and be willing to bring her, get them. Please go get them.
Prepare to take care of her entire family. Please, we want.
That's another myth and misconception. Be prepared to take care of her entire family. I can say from the experience of others and myself, I have not had to take care of a family. Why? I didn't marry into an impoverished family. When it comes to looking for a wife or a significant other in another country, I always say this: who her people is. Like they used to say in the South, who is her family? Not just who is she? Who is this beautiful woman in this foreign country? No, I advocate for men, and many of us advocate for men to look for a quality woman that's coming from a quality family. So when these women watch 90 Day Fiance and they assume that that's the life that passport bros are living, they're basically lying to themselves.
You all to experience this. This is your death. You're right. We're not built for it. We're not.
It's what you were made for.
This is what you were made for.
At the end of the day, guys, don't waste your time caring about what women in the United States have to say. Like I always say, I don't care what women in Greece have to say. Why? I don't live in Greece. And I don't care what women in the United States have to say. Why? Because I don't live in the United States.
You're shining hour. You are winning in the space. We really advocate for all Black men who are just so tired of Black women. You have failed. We have failed you here in America. Please get the passport and go. Please tell us all about it. Or don't. Or don't.
Stay over there.
You can stay, baby.
Or bring him here.
You can stay
if you want to pay those fees too.
Hey, it's not Black women in America that he's advocating for guys to get away from, and I think y'all missed it. He said it already. Women. America has been ruining women, and that's a fucking fact, right? All this women empowerment shit. We can do for ourselves. I don't need a man. I want a man. All that goofy shit. Hey, look, let me put the world in perspective for y'all, right? I've been to a few different places in the world. Few of them have been bombed out and depleted. And one thing that I realize is in these third world countries, right, even second world countries, women cling to their men because they realize that they need a man to make it in the world. The only reason why women can do this whole faux independent shit that they do in America is because of men. Men set up the system for you guys to be able to do that. Your average, look, not even above average athlete or anything, just your average 14-year-old male can dog walk a fully grown woman in a fight. With dog walk, it wouldn't even be fair.
No, it's not true.
I don't know too many grown ass men that's like,
what are you talking about?
14-year-old might whoop my ass. I'm saying that to say, not that you guys just need men to put money on the table, right? But you need a man. You're literally biologically set up to need a fucking man. But all of this obstinance and intransigence that you guys display is counterintuitive to you guys having a relationship. All these I feel that a lot of you guys
Can you say that word again?
What's intransigence? Is that what you said?
Intransigent, he's going to explain, or one of the ladies going to explain, it means not willing to change. It means that you carry behavior in which you see the situation at hand. You see the cliff that you're walking over, and you are not willing to change directions. You're so ornery and you're so stubborn that you are willing to walk over a cliff just to try to prove your point. That's what that means.
What does that mean?
Man, my job isn't to be anyone's dictionary, man. My whole point is that a lot of you guys' ideals are antithetical to having a relationship.
It means you're unwilling to change.
So the choice is up to you. The ladies have already showed you that they're not only argumentative, But they are, like he said, antithetical, meaning that they do not want to change. So the only way change is going to take place is it's up to you. You are in control of your destiny. For most men, as I said, most people of color, only 5% of us even have passports to use. Over 50% of passports are used only for Canada and Mexico. Therefore, most of you that are watching this content, I understand you're watching it for entertainment. And for others, we're trying to put out this information for inspiration. Now, I'm on my way to the comment section to hear what you guys have to say about Anton Daniels finally admitting that men should get their passports. Make sure you click that like button. We like you. We really do. Make sure you like us too. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video as we put our lives on airplane mode.